My name's Mike Fryer. I'm the pastor of Father's House in North Wales and founder and director of Christians for Zion, a UK activist group who support Israel. I haven't mentioned anything on our media platforms about the situation in Israel because I think you're bombarded with news, you're bombarded with emails and so much information regarding Israel that I didn't want to get involved in, and I wanted to organise prayer meetings, which we've had at Father's House, and we've had some really interesting people come on the prayer meetings. We've had Sandra Barras this morning from Christian Friends of Israeli Communities, who's given us a really good update, and we're looking for other speakers to come on our prayer meetings as well. But I feel this moment today it's really important that I galvanise support for Israel, and particularly the Jewish community in the UK here. We have a situation where Israel have informed the people of Gaza that they must leave, and the essence of their message is that they are going to cleanse Gaza of Hamas, the terrorist group. And this all sounds as if it's in isolation of all the other events that have taken place in Israel over the last 20 years, that the attack by Hamas was something new, that it's not happened before, that Hamas, as leaders of the people in Gaza, have tried to negotiate with Israel and prepare a platform for what is called a two-state solution. And I want you to know that actually this is not the case. That actually in 1948, Israel was given by the League of Nations and the UN a piece of land called Gaza, which had been taken from the Turks by the British Army in 1917. And Gaza was part of the parcel of land that was given to the Jewish people in May 1948. But within a short space of time, actually hours, Egypt and other Arab nations attacked Israel and actually took Gaza for themselves. And Gaza was occupied by the Arabs from that time until 1967, when Israel, in a six-day war which was initiated by the Arab nations, took back Gaza and then began to do what they wanted to do in Gaza, which was to lift the standard of living, not for the Jewish people only in Gaza, but for the Arabs in Gaza. And from 1967, they brought in infrastructure such as water, electricity, and all those things into Gaza to help both the Arabs and Jews who were living there. And that continued until the year 2000. Now, none of that infrastructure was put in by Egypt, who governed Gaza up until 1967. None of the help was put in there for the ordinary Arab people from that time. But in 2000, Arafat, who was a terrorist leader in Gaza, continued to kill Jewish communities in Gaza, people from Jewish communities, and Gush Katif was one of those communities. Gush Katif was a population of 8,000 people, Jews, who had created a horticultural and agricultural centre in Gaza, which employed Arab workers, Palestinian Arab workers. But that community was being attacked by terrorists in Gaza up until 2000. And 47 of that community had been murdered by Arab terrorists. So we see there's a terrorist element in Gaza, even in the year 2000. Ariel Sharon, the Prime Minister of Israel, agreed with Arafat that if he extracted, and he did it by force, the Jewish population of Gush Katif, then Arafat would stop attacking the Jewish people and would stop attacking Israel. And that was the agreement between Arafat and Ariel Sharon. But within hours of that, the hours of the extraction, the Arab terrorists based in Gaza started firing rockets into Israel. And since that time, and that was 2005, Israel has been continually under attack by rockets from Gaza, and there have been many severe attacks by Arab terrorists in Gaza against Israel civilians. and hundreds of Israel civilians have been attacked, murdered, and hundreds of communities rather have been attacked, and many Israelis have been murdered by the rockets. Also, there's been infiltrations into Israel from Palestinian Authority and PLO people who have killed Israelis. And that's been a continuous thing. But Hamas has been the main force in trying to annihilate and destroy the Jewish communities that surrounded the Gaza border. And this culminated last Friday in this terrible attack upon the Jewish people, who were absolutely not wanting to have any problems with the people of Gaza. They don't want that. But Hamas, who are the leaders in Gaza, wanted to attack Israel to create this mayhem in the Middle East, which we see today. Now, Israel are saying they're going to go into Gaza, first of all, to take back the people who were kidnapped from the community surrounding Gaza. And they are totally justified in that. They are absolutely justified in doing that. And they want back their people. Now, Hamas are keeping these people kidnapped, and they won't play ball with Israel at all. They just want to raise the tensions. And what Israel is saying is that we will not give you electricity or water until we get back those kidnapped people. Hamas are refusing to help. And as Hamas have done since the year 2000, they've used their own people as human shields to make Israel look like the bad guys when Israel fire rockets into Gaza to destroy the Hamas control centers. And this is how it's playing out today. Hamas do not want the Gazan civilians to move. They don't want Israel to go in, so they're using their own civilians as human shields. Israel are notifying the people of Gaza that they're going in to get those people who were kidnapped, absolutely rightly. And they've told today that the people of Gaza must move out of Gaza so that they don't kill and injure Gazan civilians. But the point of it is that Israel must go in to bring back the people that have been kidnapped. They absolutely have to. And people are talking about innocent Palestinian Arabs. And yes, there are, to an extent, innocent Palestinian Arabs. But can I tell you that the people of Gaza voted in Hamas as their leaders, who are terrorists, who are a terrorist group of people. They voted in terrorists to rule them. So they are not completely innocent of that. And in fact, Hamas are opposed to the Palestinian Authority, who are governing areas in Judea and Samaria, in the north of Israel and the mid of Israel. So Hamas have been voted in as this tyrannical regime by the people of Gaza, and they must take the responsibility now for what Hamas have done. The people of Gaza could well have informed Israel, listen, there is my neighbor, a member of Hamas, is training for an exercise in which to invade Israel. They could have let Israel know that their communities are preparing for this war, but they didn't. They kept it quiet. So we can't say they are completely innocent. Hamas used the children of Gaza as human shields. The people of Gaza know this. There is evidence of that. So the whole situation needs to be explained in a different way, and we need to support Israel and get behind them as they go into Gaza to cleanse Gaza of these terrorists, because if they don't do that, this attack, continuous attack against Israel, will continue as it has done from the year 2000. It's not going to stop just because Israel pulled back. It's going to continue. The evidence is clear. Year in, year out, Hamas and the Palestinian Arabs attack Israel in an attempt to destroy Israel, a democratic country which was created by the governments of the world so that Jews who were tortured in the Holocaust could live in peace. And it's not happened. So it's time now that our governments, and praise God, our government is supporting Israel, the Americans are supporting Israel, and many other governments are supporting Israel. Thank God for that. But we need to now get behind the Jewish community in the UK and not stand for anti-Semitism. Synagogues are today under pressure, having to bring in private security firms to look after them. Jewish schools are closed in our democratic country. We need to stand against that. So I'm asking you, like I've said about the Palestinian people not informing on Hamas, I want you to inform the police of any activity which would present itself as anti-Semitic, any planned demonstrations against Israel, any planned actions against the synagogue, any of your neighbours, friends, or even family who are speaking badly about Israel, who are speaking with hate, inciting hatred. I want you to report that to the police so that we can deal with the rise in hatred against the Jewish people. They have done nothing to offend anybody in this country. And it's about time we, especially we in the church, got around the Jewish people in this country and the Jewish people in Israel and behind the nation of Israel, so that God's plans for the nation of Israel, for the people of Israel, for the chosen people of God to be fulfilled in our time. Let's stand behind them. Let's get on to prayer groups. Let's inform people, the police and the authorities of people who are standing against Israel. And let's become a people in the UK who stand for justice, democracy, for integrity, and stand against, more than anything, terrorism on the level that we've seen it in Israel in the last week. So thank you very much. I want to say Shabbat Shalom to you. And if you want to come to any of our prayer meetings, please message us through our website or through our Facebook page. So thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom, Mike Fryer.